Another day in the garden, and I wanted to share something else that I've absolutely been loving so much, and that is my garden buckets. These things seem really simple, but they're really fantastic, and they make the job in the garden so much easier. So these buckets are plastic. They're extremely light, like I'm holding this with one finger, and they're very malleable. The quality of the plastic is really good. They've got these great handles with these indentations so that you can really grip, and you can't, I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up, probably not, but on the inside it's got these measurements, so if you wanted to measure out whatever you're measuring out. I haven't had to use that function, but I could see where it would be really, really useful. And because I'm the type of gardener that has like attention deficit disorder, I cannot sit still in the garden. I can't. I get so excited. So what I do is I put these all around the garden. That way I can jump around, and I always have a bucket and I don't have to keep running back and forth to find one. So I put them all over, and then I just weed and dump everything in them. I also use them to haul soil, fertilizer, amendments, so that I can transport them wherever I need in the garden. And what I love is that when I'm done, I can then take them and toss all the debris into the green bin, and then they nest. So you can see that I have them all here. The company that I bought these from is called Red Gorilla, and I got them on Amazon. It's one of the better companies. I found that there are knockoffs, and I bought some, and the quality wasn't very good, so I returned them. So just be mindful that if you don't care about that, then fine. But I'd rather just buy it once and not have to, replace it every year. They're really great. So they nest, I put them back in my garden shed, and I'm done until the next time I'm back in the garden. I just really love these guys. They're great. So another one of my favorite items that I'm really enjoying this month is a food item, and they're strawberries. Now you might be saying to yourself, strawberries, but yes, these strawberries are special. These strawberries are grown on an organic farm in along the Central Coast, a little bit past Silicon Valley in that southern region, and the farm is called Tomatero. Tomatero translates, it's a Spanish word, and it translates to tomato grower, tomato dealer, and they're known for their tomatoes are insanely delicious. But they also grow some of the best strawberries I've ever had, and the lifespan of the strawberries, because it's an organic farm, you can't get them all the time. So they start showing up in the month of March now, and they run till about the early summer, but the flavor starts to wane, of course, because the crop is just about done. So whenever I see these in the grocery stores in March, it just fills my heart with joy, because it just signifies to me that spring is here, and it makes me so happy. So it's really funny, this weekend I went to the grocery store, and I just knew, So I was walking down the aisle of my grocery store, and there was all kinds of strawberries, organic this, organic that, but I was like, no, and then all of a sudden there they were. It was the first time that I'd seen them since last year, and I can't even explain the feeling. It just makes me so happy when I see them, because it just means that spring is finally here, and I look forward to them. They're just so good. So of course I bought 2 baskets. I'm gonna really try to finish them. I don't want to waste food, but they make me so happy, and they're so good. Really delicious. Another thing that I am really loving is this gum called, it's bubble gum. It's by the company called Pur, and it is so good and it's so fun. They are a company that makes aspartame-free gum, Aspartame is a chemical that's not really good for you, and so I try to avoid it. But they also say that they are gluten-free, vegan, 100% xylitol. Xylitol is a sweetener, a natural sweetener that is derived from the bark of a birch tree. I know you're thinking that sounds really weird, but actually xylitol just tastes like sugar. And that's what I use as my sweetener. It is nut and peanut free, Swiss made, soy free, sugar free, and their tagline is Kick Aspartame. It's really, really fun, and I like that. But what they just released is a new product, and it is this guy. It's called the Jumbo Gum, and it's a pack with multi-flavor. It's got grape, bubblegum, and watermelon, and it's really fun. They're really much bigger pieces of gum, and they're so good. And I find that whenever I'm about to start a really intense project, I reach for them. And I learned, actually, because I Googled it, because I was like, why do I always, when I'm about to start like a very big project or a really big analysis, I always reach for gum? Well, actually, there are studies that show that chewing gum actually increases your concentration, and it also helps with recall and with memory. So all of those things are obviously important when you're about to start a big task. So there is a mind-body connection, but regardless, I love these guys. They are so good, so good. I love them. On the makeup skincare front, there are several products that I've really been loving, things that I just stumbled on, and again, the YouTube algorithm has shown me something, and they were right on. So in the area of makeup, I found that it was time to change up my regimen. I'd been wearing the same makeup for so many years, and now that I'm getting older, I find that I just can't wear powder formulations anymore, like powder eyeshadow, powder blush, powder. It just really looks, it just kind of cakes on my skin, and I've tried so many different techniques. I've watched YouTube videos, and it just doesn't really look good. So I found that for me, cream-based formulations are the way to go, and I actually really prefer them. So a couple of things that I wanted to share first off are these multi-use products. These are multi-use products from Tower 28 Beauty. Tower 28 Beauty is a relatively new company. It was started by a woman who had some skin conditions and could only wear certain types of products, and she was bored and she wanted something more fun and exciting, so she created Tower 28 Beauty. All of these products, her claim is that they will not, they're easy on your skin, they're gentle, so if you have sensitive skin, you can wear them. But I don't really have sensitive skin, but I find that the colors are, and the products are really fantastic, so that's why I like them. I found these multi-use, and there are two colors that I like. The first color is called Rush Hour, which is more of a peachy, orangey color, highly pigmented, so a little goes a long way. And then the one that I wear most every day is called the Magic Hour. This is more of a rosy, peachy, brownie tone pink. It's just a very subtle color, and I wear this most days, and I'm wearing that now. I did top it off with another cream-based color that I like. But these are my favorites, and I wear these all the time. You can wear them as blush, you can wear them as eyeshadow, you can wear them as lipstick, so it's a 3-for-1 formulation. Really great product. Along the same line is the company called Ilia, and I'll put all the information up here for you. But this is called a multi-stick, and along the same vein as with Tower 28, this also, I wanted to mention that Tower 28 and the Ilia are both silicone free, which is great. I try to avoid it when I can, but when you wear makeup, you can't really get around it, but you know, wherever I can, I will. And this is a really great one. I love the colors, highly pigmented as well. These you can use blush, eyeshadow, or lipstick. I use them as lipstick. Sometimes I use them as blush, but I've been loving this color, and I have several colors, but this color in particular is called Whisper, and it is it's a like a peachy, very peachy pinky color with a little bit of a sheen to it. It's really, really pretty. It's so pretty, and I like this. I wear this probably most days. I'm not wearing it today. I'm wearing another Ilia. I'm wearing their lip oils, which I also love. But this is my favorite, and I wear this most days. Along the same lines are cream eyeshadows. I can't really wear powder eyeshadow anymore because I've got crepiness on my eyelids and texture, and so if I wear powder, it just really accentuates it. So I find that cream eyeshadows are the best, and I really like the Bobbi Brown ones. I also like the Laura Mercier, but I find that Bobbi Brown has more colors, so I just stick with Bobbi Brown. And right now I'm really loving the color Truffle. Truffle is just a very basic neutral. It's kind of like a I don't know, like a beigey, very subtle pinky color, but it's really nice, and it goes on very easily. It's nice to just to be the base of your eyeshadow, and then it just brightens the eye. It also has some sheen to it, but not too much, because I find that with the crepiness and texture on my eyelids, if I wear too much sheen, it really accentuates it, and it doesn't look very good. So I like this because I do like a little bit to brighten the eye, and this one is really, really nice. Oops. This one is really nice. I also have been really enjoying the color called Mulberry. This one is more of a coppery, but it's also got like a violet purpley tone to it. It's really, really nice. And then once I lay down, and they just go on so smooth, but once I lay down the Truffle color, I'll come in a couple of dots, not too much. I'll kind of line the top of my eyes, maybe the bottom of my eye, and then I'll just add some color and then kind of blend it in. So I'm really enjoying that. But the really cool thing that I found is the company called Milk. Milk makes a lot of really great products, very similar to Tower Beauty and Ilia. They're along the lines of clean beauty, and they make a really fantastic Hydro Grip primer, which I really like and I use, and that stuff really, really does grip, and it really keeps your makeup in place. I don't really wear primer very often unless I'm going to like a big event or I really need my makeup to stay put, but I don't wear it too often. However, they've just recently come out with this Hydro Grip eyeshadow primer, and wow, this product is fantastic. I've tried other ones, and I mean, they're okay. They're okay, but they're not as good as this. This one is really great. This is also silicone free, but I don't know how they do it, because I don't know, because it just glides on. I mean, I believe them, it doesn't have silicone, but a little goes a long way. I just take a couple of dabs on the eye and then just kind of blend it in, and then I'll put my eyeshadow pencils on top of that. And this stuff is really great. Their claim is that it lasts 8 hours, and for me, it does. I don't wear a lot of eyeshadow, but it stays put and it doesn't crease. So your eyeshadow looks good after 8 hours. So I'll put it on in the morning, typically about 7-ish. And I don't really take my makeup off until about 8 or 9 o'clock, and it's still put. It stays put. So I'm really loving that. Okay, now in the area of skincare, I have found something extremely terrific and I want to share it. None of this is sponsored. None of this was gifted to me. These are products that I've bought myself and that I really believe in and I love, and have really made a difference in my skin, my overall skin texture, and just my overall confidence, you know, because if you feel good about the way you look, it just really radiates, and it just makes you feel good. It makes you happy. So these things have really made me very, very happy, and I'm really pleased with them. So I stumbled on this brand called Peaches Skincare, and I'll put that up here. The woman who started this company, Lisa, I forget her last name, she came to me via the algorithm again, and she is incredibly passionate about her products and about skin. She is 58 years old, but if you saw her, you would be shocked. I mean, she looks like an older woman, but her skin is beautiful. And so she has a lot of YouTube videos. You should check her out. I'll put that information here, but a lot of videos on how to use her products, how to take care of your skin. I mean, just really a wealth of information. And she has some salons in Southern California, as well as I think in Arizona. So when I go down to Southern California in a few months, I'm definitely going to make an appointment, and I'm so excited about it. But let me tell you about a couple of products that I have been loving. I have a whole lot more than what you see here. She had a huge sale at Christmas time. She had like a 30% off, and I bought the bundle package because, I mean, she really inspired me. And honestly, I buy a lot of skincare. I am really into my skin. I try to take care of my skin, but these products are so good that I really have been using up what I have because I don't want to waste it, but I'm just transitioning over to using this 100%. And so I've got my cards here because I want to do her product justice. I really don't want to misspeak, but basically, her ingredients are holistic, potent, cruelty-free, priced at a fraction of others with the same ingredients. And I have to say that is absolutely true. A lot of the ingredients that she has, you would pay probably easy 40 to 50%, if not more, higher than what she offers them at. I mean, her packaging isn't fancy, but every ingredient, every product is really great. I love them so much. They're wonderful. The other thing that I love about what she has to say is she says that no matter your age, we want you to feel confident in your real, true skin. She's been in the business over 40 years as a holistic master esthetician, and she is very, very knowledgeable. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing up is the cleanser. This cleanser is really, I mean, it smells good, it feels good, and this one has alpha and beta hydroxy acids, glycolic, lactic, and salicylic acids. It's naturally derived from grapefruit and sugarcane. And that's the thing that I love. Like all of these buzzwords, all of these ingredients that we hear about that get marketed towards us, but I love the fact that she gets them derived from, excuse me, from natural ingredients. You know, that's really incredible. This is really great. Excuse me. It also has little beads, not plastic. They're jojoba beads, and when you wash your face, it kind of exfoliates at the same time, and it's really nice. This is her classic cleanser. Love that. The next thing up is the pH toner. This one is really good. It smells really good. It's called the Perfect pH Toner. This one has linoleic acid, that comes from aloe vera and lemon citrus extract. This one is really good. She also has a apple cider vinegar one, which I also have. That one I don't like as much. Nothing wrong with it. It's just that it triggers me when I drink. It's like, it reminds me of when I'm drinking my apple cider vinegar in the morning, which I don't really enjoy. So it's like kind of a trigger. So I don't really like the smell, so I tend not to use it as much, but it's also very good. So, but this is my favorite. And then after I do that, I wash my face, put my toner on. The next thing that I do is, if it's daytime, I will add in my vitamin C serum, and this one smells really nice. I love it. This is a really good one. This one has ascorbic acid that is a very concentrated form of vitamin C. It's got gold cocoenzyme Q10, and it's got cockadoo, never heard of cockadoo plum extract, but obviously it must be something good for you. But this stuff is really good. I noticed a difference right away when I started using this, and so I used up my old vitamin C, but I am strictly now just using this one, and I love that one. Then I will follow that up with the luminescent serum. That's the second thing I do in the morning. And this one has hyaluronic acid. It's got vitamins A, B, C, and E. It's got CoQ10. It's got alpha hydroxy acid. So this is very, very hydrating. And I love to put this one on in the morning too. So that's the second thing I do. And then I will, depending on the time of year, if it's winter time, I like to use this Renew facial oil. And the oil's got squalene, which is derived from olive oil. It's got bergamot oil and vitamin E. This one is really inexpensive compared to, I want to say it's like $40. I just purchased one before this and I paid a little over $70. And they're typically squalene is pretty pricey, but this is really a great value. So in the winter time, I'll take a little drop, a small little drop, and I'll mix it in with moisturizer and put that on my face. But otherwise, I will just use the oil at night by itself, just because I really like my face to be moisturized while I sleep. And then the next thing that I do, if it's now, it's the moisturizer. This is the classic moisturizer, and this is my holy grail. This stuff is amazing. It smells good. It is extremely hydrating without being oily. I just don't know how she does it, but this is really great. This one also has hyaluronic acid. It's got something called Go-To Cola, which boosts collagen production, which is very important to help turn over the cells. It's got pineapple extract to help brighten the skin, and it really smells so good. So I'll use that in the daytime. At night, the difference is that I will wash my face, I'll put my toner on, and then I will use her ageless night serum. And this one has vitamin A, which is retinol, and it's got niaminoside that's from yeast extract. I mean, who knew that yeast had niaminoside in it? And then that's what I love. It's got daisy flower, it has polyphenols, it's got stuff that helps to lighten and brighten your skin. I wear this every single night. This is really fantastic. And then again, at night, I'll just do a full dropper of the oil, and sometimes I'll also top it off with more moisturizer. I mean, why not, right? Just moisturize that skin. But again, I just think this company is fantastic. It is now the only skincare that I use on my skin. I have noticed a tremendous difference in the overall appearance of my skin. I just feel more glowy, more hydrated. My skin is just brighter. I mean, truthfully, I've been on a health journey, so I've also been eating really well, so that also makes a big difference. But I know that these products have also really helped me a lot, and I really enjoy them. And I really enjoy supporting somebody who's passionate, who is extremely positive and uplifting. She answers all of your questions. I don't really know how she does it. She's wonderful. So I really want to support someone like that, and someone who's passionate about what they do because they really believe in what they do. So I've definitely been loving Peach's skincare. So I want to talk about something that I've been loving for a long time, but because I started back up again, I'm loving them right now. And I want to share this with you because I want to normalize and destigmatize talking about the pelvic floor and vaginal health. I think it's something that affects women across all ages, not just someone in my age who's over 50, but I think whenever you're over 50, it's like we don't talk about these things anymore, and there's not a lot of information out there. I stumbled on these and I had no clue, and so I wanted to talk about it and normalize it so that it's not always in the context of a clinical discussion. I want to normalize it as much as I like makeup, as much as I like particular foods, garden tools, skincare. I want to make it that normal. And so that's why I felt it was really important to have this conversation. So your pelvic floor, why is it important? Well, it's really important because it affects so many different things. In particular, it can affect your bladder, and your bowel movement or leakage. You can have leakage from your bladder, from your bowels. It also is important for your overall sexual health. It is also important to women post childbirth, but it affects so many different things within the body. And I found for me that I probably in my mid to later 40s, I started to suffer from bladder leakage. And I learned this while I was in a group exercise class, which was extremely horrifying to me. And I was so horrified, I was embarrassed, I was worried, I didn't know what to do. I Googled it and it said that my pelvic floor wasn't strong and that there were things that I could do, primarily take medication. And I'm not against that. So if that's a route that maybe you have gone or you've considered for this, I'm not judging. Everyone does what's best for them. But if you've been watching my videos and you know a little bit about me, I prefer not to take medication. I prefer not to put things in my body that I don't have to. Sometimes it is necessary, and I've had to take medication, obviously. But this seemed so simple. And but the one thing that I learned was that I had to do Kegel exercises. For me, the problem with Kegel exercises is that it's a subjective, it's subjective. In other words, someone is telling you how that sensation should feel, which is sometimes really difficult to discern. And so I got frustrated and then I stopped doing it. But lo and behold, the power of the YouTube and the Instagram algorithms, this company found me called The Intimate Rose, and I'll put the information up here and I'll also put it down in the description. But The Intimate Rose was started by a doctor who had pelvic floor issues herself. So she's very well versed in it and she is passionate about it and offers a lot of education around the pelvic floor and tools and things that you can do to strengthen it. And I learned a lot from her. She also sells different types of tools, but in particular, I was drawn towards these Kegel weights, Kegel exercise weights. And there are 6 different sizes in this kit that you buy, starting with the lightest one, which is probably about 1 to 2 ounces. They are covered in medical grade silicone. So if you decide to go this route, make sure that you're getting medical grade silicone, because you really want to be careful about what you're putting in your body because you're inserting this. It also has this nice string. And then what I like about these is that at the end, it's got this little ball that helps you kind of grip and pull it out when you need to, which I really, really like. But what you do is you insert them in the vagina, starting at wherever you may be, and you keep them, you clench them in place for about 15 minutes. You hold them as if you're holding something inside of your vagina. And then when you're done, you just remove it. You do there's protocols, but for me, what I found, because I'm in maintenance mode, I honestly can do this 2 to 3 times a week for 4 to 5 weeks, and then I'm done. I've strengthened up and I'll put them away and I'll come back to them maybe 8-10 months later and start all over again. And I prefer this to a pill, because if I were taking a pill, I'd have to take this pill every single day. With this, 4 to 5 weeks, I'm done, put it away and revisit. The other thing that I wanted to mention is that when you first start, if you decide to try this, is that you might find that even this lightweight, and this was the case for me, falls out. You can't hold it because your pelvic floor is just not that strong. Don't be discouraged. What I learned from her videos is that you can insert it and sit down and clench, and it's just as effective. And eventually, like me, I got stronger where I could insert it and walk around standing up, and I was perfectly fine. And then I graduated to, the next level. And so you keep on with these until if you choose to get to the end. And this one is the last one, which is the deep purple one. And this is probably about a little over 10 ounces, I'm guessing. But honestly, I've never had to go all the way to the very end because my pelvic floor is strong. But everyone has different objectives and different goals. They are really great. And honestly, I can do this as easily. I typically tend to do it when I'm about to get into the shower. So I'll insert it and then I'll go about my business getting my stuff ready for my shower. I'll get into the shower, do my business in the shower, and then I'll pull it out, wash it, and then it's ready for the next use. It's just that simple. And it is not painful at all because they're coated in silicone. They really glide really easily. You just kind of insert them, and then the string hangs so that you can pull them out. And for me, this has been really life-changing. I don't worry anymore when I'm doing jumping jacks or exercises. I don't like freak out like, oh, what if I start leaking? And that peace of mind for me is incredible. I mean, it really is. And I don't feel ashamed or embarrassed, because I've also learned that so many women suffer from this, and some women suffer in silence, and there's no need. Let's destigmatize it. Let's try to make ourselves as healthy as we can be and feel as good about our bodies and ourselves as we can. Yeah, so I can't say enough good things about these, so I'll put all the information down below. Just loving them, they're great. So those are all the things that I've really enjoyed in the month of March. These are just things, either I stumbled on them or I've been using them and I was using them again, and I thought, you know what, I should just share these and tell people about them. I hope you enjoyed it, and I think I'm going to continue on with this series, and hopefully I find new things that I'm loving. And if I don't, I won't share them, but if I do, I always like to tell anyone who will listen about the things that I think are really great. So as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.